Here's 3 mistakes that you should avoid making so that you don't lose your crypto. Hello, I'm Joe and I help people get involved in crypto in a safe way. And the information I'm going to be sharing with you today is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. And this video is for educational purposes only. If you're new to crypto, the mistakes that I'm going to be sharing with you today are mistakes that I've made in the past, and are probably mistakes that everybody who's got into crypto has made at one point or another. So if you watch the rest of this video, it will help you to make sure you don't lose your crypto. So just before I share, please hit that like and share button. Okay, so mistake number 1 is sending your crypto to the wrong network. Okay, so in crypto, and in simple terms, everything in crypto is either a token or a coin. If it's a coin, then it has its own network, it has its own blockchain. If it's a token, then that token has been built to operate on a specific blockchain. So in this example, let's use USDT. Now, everybody knows USDT, it's a stable coin, and you can use USDT on all of the major networks. Now, what most people don't know is that it isn't one USDT that works on all of those networks. Each network has a USDT specifically for that blockchain. So let's say you're sending USDT from Binance to OKX exchange, and you're sending it on the Ethereum blockchain, and this is known as ERC20. In order to send that USDT, you have to get the deposit address from OK Exchange. So you'll open OKX and you'll click deposit, and it will give you an address, and you'll copy that address. Then you'll go to Binance and you'll enter the address in your withdrawal page, and you click send. And then you're waiting 10 minutes, an hour, a day, and it never arrives. And this is why. When you're on OKX or any other exchange and you click deposit, it will provide you with an address, but it will also ask you what network you want to receive from. And it will offer you several different options: TRC20, BEP20, Polygon, ERC20, many more. And because you're not aware of the importance of selecting the right network, you may well just select the first network, and the address that's provided will be linked specifically to that network. So in this example, let's say you've chosen the Polygon address. So now you take that address and you go to Binance and you enter that address into the space that's allocated, but you've chosen the ERC20 network in Binance, and then you click send. Now you can't cross network, so your funds now get lost and they cannot be recovered. And there's nobody that you can call to recover these funds. Once they're gone, they're gone. Now Binance has a pretty good customer service system, and they will usually look into it if you contact them. But if you've sent it to the wrong network, it's gone. And one of the other reasons this is such an easy mistake to make is that the address is usually exactly the same no matter what network you're sending it on, because these are all Ethereum based tokens, but just built on different networks. So rule 1 is make sure that the network that you're sending from and receiving to is the same network. Number 2 is make sure that you're sending your crypto to the account address of the receiving wallet and not the contract address of the token. Okay, now this one's a little harder to explain. So let's say you're sending from Binance to MetaMask. We'll use MetaMask. So obviously you're going to be looking for the receiving address in MetaMask. That's usually very easy to find. It's at the top of the page, or at the top of that particular account, you'll see the account address. But you know, for somebody that's new, that's not necessarily obvious. So you'll start poking on different options, and you may come across the contract address. And if you do, you may think that this is the receiving address. So you'll now copy this address, put it into your withdrawal in Binance, click send, and it's gone. Now the contract address is just the coding that identifies that token on that blockchain. Remember, all crypto is essentially just coding that is visible on the blockchain. Now, because the contract address isn't a deposit address, there isn't anywhere that you can see it or receive it or withdraw it. So again, if you send it to the contract address, it's gone. There is no recovering it. And it will be obvious that it's a contract address because it will be shown as contract address. So don't make that mistake. And number 3 is make sure you're sending the correct token. Again, a very easy mistake to make. So when you're sending crypto from one wallet to another wallet, there is always gas fees. And usually that gas fee is paid using the coin of that particular network. So again, let's use Ethereum as the example. So if you're sending from one Ethereum wallet to another Ethereum wallet, the gas fee will usually be paid in Ethereum. That way, if you're sending 100 USDT, then you'll receive 100 USDT in the other wallet. And just so you know, in some cases, that gas fee is deducted from the token that you're sending, but that will depend which wallets you're using. So here's how this mistake happens. Usually on the landing page of your exchange or your particular wallet, there is a send option. Sometimes it's labeled as withdraw. And that is the generic send button or withdraw button. And often you can actually click on the token that you wish to send. So let's say USDT. So if you click on USDT, the next page will usually have the withdraw or send option as well. If you've used this option, no problem. You're going to be sending USDT. But if you've used the generic send or withdraw option on the landing page, then when it goes to the withdraw page, then the token that is opted for sending is usually defaulted to the coin of that network. In this case, let's say Ethereum. So now, on the receiving wallet, you've selected to receive USDT, you've selected the correct network, and now you enter that address into the withdrawal page on Binance. And then you click send. Maybe you'll send one as a tester. That's usually pretty good advice. If you're not sure, always send a small amount first. So let's say you send 1 USDT. But because you didn't realize that you needed to select a specific token, it's possible that you may have enough Ethereum that will cover that transaction. So you're sending 1 Ethereum, not 1 USDT. And now it's gone. So it's really important that before you click send, you check all of the options within that withdrawal. Are you selecting the correct token? Have you used the correct network? And are you using the correct address? By following these 3 simple rules, you're going to prevent making the mistakes that I made when I first got into crypto. Now I'm going to be sharing lots more of hints and tips to help you stay safe in crypto. So hit that like, hit that follow, hit that share. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.